Hey folks, Toaster back with another Ace Tanker replay. This time we're with Brandon Fox in the STA-2 again. He is bottom tier and we're on Malinofka. And while we're waiting for the start the game to pick up, remember to send in your replays for anything goes week. I don't have any replays from you guys yet, and I'd really like to get some stuff up. If you've never been on the channel, especially, and even if you're a lurker, please do send in your replays to toaster181 at gmail.com, and we will get you guys on the channel. We're small enough that we can do that, and we'd really like to see your replays. I'm not going to make fun of anybody. I'm not going to say anything negative about anyone. I just want you guys to have the opportunity to have your replay shown so you can show your loved ones that you're on YouTube. It's kind of a fun and exciting thing, and I've always enjoyed it when I've gotten on YouTube. So that's that, and I really encourage you guys to send in some replays. In the meantime, let's see what Brandon does. He's playing fairly safe, of course, because he is bottom tier and he is in a very squishy tank. I'm assuming, I haven't watched this, I'm assuming that he does a fair amount of spotting in this game. That's generally, the STA-2 is quite good at spotting because it's, you know, if you're in a position, it doesn't have the greatest camo, but it's pretty good, got good view range, and you're able to kind of, I'm not sure I would have taken that shot, but he did. It's pretty good at being sneaky, and it's quick enough to get into positions. So one piece of information he gained from that is he did not get lit when he fired. So that means that the guys up near this knoll are not on top of this knoll. So me personally, I might consider coming up here and just lighting stuff, but they have nothing on the hill. So I think what he's doing is probably wise. His team is playing very passively. Even as, I mean, he's got a scout out there, but other than that, it's they're being very passive. Considering there's no artillery, you would think that they would be less passive. A T-57 heavy hiding in the forest, that's what a shame, you know. That's a dangerous tank. This position that he's in is a bad position once people take the hill. You need to back off a little bit, and probably backing off to the knoll just behind him at C5 would be good. I've noticed in my replays that that I've not been able to see when I mark the map with my cursor. So I guess I'm going to start just calling out the positions by grid line so that you guys can see that. So, and again, not lit. Now he's lit, but the problem is he's got people up on the hill, and he luckily dodges that shot, and now he's moving back to the position I would have moved to, looks like. So he's just taking shots of opportunity. This looks like it might be kind of a slow game. We'll see. So I have not watched this yet. Tier 10 games, though, on Malinofka tend to be slow, but they can be quicker if there's no arty. And in this case, there's no arty. So the one nice thing is the light tank on the enemy team is dead. So the position that he's in is actually quite valuable to his team, because I don't know why his T-49 is sitting right here. He's not really producing anything. If he came down here into this bush, he could keep these guys lit if they try and cross, if they try and come up this way, or if anyone pushes this direction. So, or conversely, he's got a T-95 and an E3 over on the other side. He could go light stuff over there. So I'm guessing that their T-49 is in G, though. So he must be a good player. That's kind of weird. Very, very passive play for a G player, in my opinion. maybe he's not real familiar with lights. I might look at his profile later and see, because I really feel like he's not in the greatest position. Okay, it looks like he's moving up now. He's got that thing 3 marked. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm too aggressive. I don't know. So, if I was Brandon, I'd be pulling. See, he could have pulled behind the bush in like 1 second and then had absolutely no way of being lit. The T-49 died. So, I don't know. Maybe it was first game of the day. Sometimes that happens, you know. Light tanks, if you make one mistake, that's all it takes sometimes. So he's doing the right thing and backing off. He waited a little bit too long to back off, and so he's going to push down into the forest, which is smart. But he does pick up another 870 XP, or pardon me, assist. So look at this gaggle in the forest. I mean, he's a 430U and a T-57 heavy just camping in the forest all game. It's like, are you serious? I'm assuming that 110 is getting the spotting here. This is a very hard map to break if you put a bunch of people in forest, because that Carnarvon and that T-28 Prot really cannot move up. And it looks to me like our hero is moving back into the bush, and that is a good call, because the spotting he could get is insane. Now, if I was him, yeah, I would crest this a little bit, but I would have crested it in the bushes, but that's my play. Because you know there's an FV215B back there, at least there was. He has shots on you right now. Okay, we're up to 2200 assist and 900 damage as well, so... His team is playing it very, very passively, but the enemy team is not playing it very well, so... That 430U could be a problem for them, because as long as he stays hull down, there's not much Brandon's team can do. The Carnarvon lights him, but again, he's not being fired at. So a lot of times I would have left this position because I would be afraid that I was going to get YOLO'd. They know you're here, but apparently the enemy team is being fairly passive as well. So, ooh, this is dangerous. Cresting this ridge now when they know you're here. So... Holy Hannah, there's some assists for you. 3,300 assists now. Okay, so one thing that I'd like to point out is that the entire enemy team, except for this Death Star, is lit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Oh, there's one guy that's not lit. Looks like an E3, maybe. So, but I think you could come up to maybe these bushes up here, or as a safe option, come down to this dip and get lights on what's over here, and that might help your team as well. I mean, I can't really argue with the ace tanker result. There's the E3 there. So now that he's lit, you definitely could move and try and get some more damage out, but that's pretty much a hope shot there. And Brandon does not load gold. Oh my word, that E3 is looking directly away from you. Yeah, and he's aiming at that back box on the tank, which is super, super lightly armored. In fact, HE would go through that, quite honestly. And his patient play seems to have paid off. He's got 1900 damage and 3300 assist. And he's able to, wow, with a standard round, take out that Object 430U. So nice patient play. I mean, you're bottom tier, so you don't really have to make things happen. I'm just trying to give you ideas of what you could possibly do. And I would have probably gone in this position somewhere and tried to light for my E3 and my T95. Maybe that was the wrong call, but that's... what I find is that map control kind of trumps almost everything else, because you can get in positions if you have good map control. Oh my gosh, that Death Star's looking the other way. Thank goodness. And here, again, I think HE rounds might be a good option, but as long as you're sitting there just farming damage. Ooh. And that guy, did he just snapshot? He may have. But you're up to 2300 damage that we know about. And 2 kills. That's 2500 damage, 2 kills, and 3300 assist in a bottom tier game. I always love to see bottom tier aces. At any rate, what I was saying is the west side of the map, if you could get out there and control more map and get vision on more map, oftentimes that will help your team. But it looks like everything worked out for you. It's just something to think about. Let's go ahead and look at your after action report, Brandon. Okay, here we are at the after action report, and an ace tanker and a level Schleio's medal, which means he killed 2 tanks that were at least a tier higher than him. So, and he ended up with a bond here. 1283 experience for his 2800 damage. He must have hit some blind shots there. And the T49 was second on the team, so he did more than I thought. 7400 assists. So sorry about poo-pooing you there, Hoods, but I don't know. I play my lights different, I guess. 22 shots fired, 16 hits, 13 pins. That is not at all surprising. It's actually surprising he got that many pins, to be honest with you. For his 2800 plus 3300 assists combined, puts him up over 6,000. 65,000 credits earned because he didn't fire gold, and this must have been on 2 times, and he had a personal reserve going, so almost 4,000 XP there. So great game. Thanks for sending that in, Brandon. Keep at it. I think you could 3-mark that thing, quite honestly, and I really would like to see that. I'd love to see a 3-mark battle for you guys. Okay, well, we will catch you guys on the next one. Toanster out.